Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm talking about this episode of Revenge. So let's talk about this episode. So we get to see some progression in this episode. David, we find out someone's going after David. People are connected to this guy. He's bigger than Conrad. We don't know his face, but he's going to be the next villain of the show. And people working with him, one person that we didn't know that was working with him last episode, and this episode we do, is the person who's interested in Jack, the Fed woman. And Emily does not know this right now, but as an audience, we know she is, she's the one working with the big bad for the season, it looks like. So people are playing other people, just like Revenge is all about. So also we get to see that Emily, again, is trying to figure out who this guy is, who's trying to attack David Clark, and she's not gonna step back on this one. David is trying to protect Emily, but is it gonna work out? We'll see. Are they gonna work together? That'll be a lot of fun to see. But everyone has their own motives in this episode. Then we get to see that Jack's partner wants to try to have a romance with Emily, and it's starting to work towards the end of the episode, but I don't know if Emily's gonna have it. Also, Nolan, he's trying to figure out who his true friends are, and he's gonna help Louise instead of Margot. Nolan's still being that moral compass of the show. I mean, Jack is also, but I think Nolan, more than anybody, even though he goes to the dark side sometimes, he definitely is more of that moral compass of the show. And then we have in this episode Daniel and Margot. Margot is pregnant, and Daniel's like, "Oh my God, you're pregnant," and that's pretty much this episode. But the coming attractions for the next episode look pretty good. So as you can see, I wasn't a big fan of this episode. I thought this kind of reverted back to season 3, which I thought was a really lackluster season. And with every episode being so good for Revenge, this just felt really flat. Non-interesting stories. I don't really know if I care about the guy attacking David, because right now he's just a name. He's really not a threat. I want to see more of a threat against him. It's like, oh, well, people are working with this guy. Who the hell is this guy? And you need to have at least, why is he threatening? Okay, the person working with him tried to run over David, but just give me one scene. Why is he so threatening? So I think that's a big aspect. You know, a great example of this is Arrow. Even though if you don't read the comics, you know that Ra's al Ghul is a big threat. Why is he a big threat? Because you at least saw him in the shadows. I can name countless of shows that do this. You don't have to introduce the villain right away, but, you know, let us know a little bit more about him, that way we're interested in this villain. I think that was a big downfall of the episode. I like the new partner for Jack. I think that the romance is interesting. Do I think it's going to work? Probably not, but I did like that scene. I thought it was interesting. The Daniel and Emily scene in this episode was pretty good also, that Daniel thinks Emily is exactly like him, and in ways they are. They're just all screwed up because of their parents. Another theme of this show. But Daniel's really trying to redeem himself in his own way, and I do respect that with Daniel, and he's become more of an interesting character because of it. But as I said, this episode was really lackluster. This was the episode I tended to go on my phone more and just wasn't really interested in a lot of the main plots that were being developed. So yeah, not a great episode for the season. This is probably the most lackluster episode of the season so far. But it looks like next episode we'll get some more action with someone dying. Who is gonna die? I do not know, but it should be exciting. So we'll see where it goes. I didn't love this episode, but so far the season has been extraordinary, and it's a little upsetting that this episode was less than extraordinary. But hope you guys enjoyed. This is Comic Uno. Guys, don't forget to follow me on Twitter for Comic Uno and the Right Situations. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, description below, there's links for my comic book, Like Father, Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father, Like Daughter. I'll see you guys later. Bye.